Alright, hey guys, welcome to episode 9 of season 2 of Coffee with Shamar. And today I have a very well-known person. If you're on Twitter on a Tuesday night and you're not seeing this hashtag, you're not on Twitter. And he's going to introduce himself.
Kareem BwoyATingz, promoter, influencer, radio show host, podcaster. I have a clothing page, I have a merch line.
Yeah.
It's a bag of things. Like, if you're supposed to introduce myself, I have to pick up the whole
You ever got some graduation and then I read the introduction of the guest speaker?
Yeah.
This
Man,
is
there's a lot of things.
And where can we find you on social media?
On Twitter, it's BwoyATingz. That's BwoyATingz. On my clothing page is also BwoyATingz on Instagram. Personal page is Kareem BwoyATingz. And YouTube, it's BwoyATingz by Kareem.
How did you come up with that name?
Years ago, about 3 years ago, I used to just use Tingz. Like when I say, yo, you're Tingz, you know, like I say, yo, yeah man, you stay good, you look good.
Oh, yeah, Tingz.
Or you're somebody of substance. So like, we
nice.
just used to say it all the time. Like, you know, like people are past me or somebody who I know and I'm a friend them just for hype them up a little bit. So man say, boy, you know your Tingz? That was 3 years ago. And then, you know, 2020, you know, like I just start use it more and more and I just decided to say,
Your Tingz, so BwoyATingz.
You understand? My name was Kareem Big Dreams at first.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what about the switch from Big Dreams though?
Yeah, so it was Big Dreams first and then I decided that, you know, with everything there should be a change and you should evolve. So with all of the endeavors there, but I don't know what I decided to say, don't say BwoyATingz and like that. You understand?
Funny enough, when you started Kareem BwoyATingz After Dark, I was going to do a Coffee After Dark episode last year, Christmas, with Jasmine. Like, we were going to do like a, you know, like hot cocoa kind of coffee thing. Not fireplace, called Jamaican time at.
Yeah.
And we were going to do like some memories, Christmas memories kind of energy.
Right.
I say, yeah, the After Dark thing, I have a buzz. I want you to tell me about how you started your podcast and how it moved from podcast to radio.
The podcast started from because COVID, so you don't say everything basically that you get locked down. So in the meantime, like just used to do some idle Instagram live. Just not even 100 people really and truly when it started.
But it did at the 60.
Yeah, you understand? So just used to be just like a vibe, and then I realized that more and more people used to, at this time, like we were in a total lockdown. So nobody never got work, nobody never got school. So people used to be like, yo, what going for the live them? And then we just decided to say, you know what, alright then, we can make it an every weekend thing. About the third week, we just realized that, yo, this is it. Like, it took off. And then everybody said, yo, just start a podcast. So then it moved from the IG live to the podcast.
And I remember the first episode.
Yeah, with Fetish.
that we're coming to that.
Yeah,
we're coming to that.
So we started the podcast. But I didn't want to do the regular thing that everybody else was doing, you know, when you have a YouTube channel and stuff like that.
That's definitely me.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there's not space for that.
No,
but to each his own.
yeah.
Like, everybody have them thing.
But that's just not my personality, you know? So, like, when you're not really see me on YouTube, I run up and down and I play a game and them something like that. Yeah, like, that's just not me. So, you know, we decided to the podcast thing. And then after the podcast, to be honest with you, I manifested it. I said to myself that I wanted a radio show. I know that radio has been dead.
Especially for our age group.
Yeah, man, like there's nothing right now on the radio. When no one to see it, bracket. But yeah, so I decided to say, yo, I wanted to take it on the radio. I made some calls to some people. Can you say BwoyATingz and Bwoy, I know a couple of people and stuff.
Yeah, and Bwoy have sense,
yeah.
Bwoy have links,
so,
networking.
So I called a couple of people and, you know, like a lot of radio stations were saying, you know, it's kind of too edgy and
your
stuff
thing.
like that. And I never because at this time we were still early in my podcast, like 2-3 episodes in. So it was very sexual. And then you start just say, yo, really and truly we're ready, like we want it, and that was it. Now it's that greater phenomenon.
I want to talk about how you speak about the things that nobody wants to speak about.
Because it was
like even the fetish thing, the things that you said, coconut water, everything. I remember it all. I listened to it about 2 times or 3, probably 4, not counting. How is it that you feel so comfortable talking about the things that nobody wants to speak about?
Because if anybody knows me, right, them know that I am a very vocal person. Cool. On and off social media. So when I decided that this was going to be a thing, I said to myself that I want to talk about things that our generation never have the medium or the platform to hear these things off. So although to some people it might be careless, you still learn from it. Like sexual things, and I spoke about prostitution, I spoke about stripping industry in Jamaica, I spoke about mental health, I spoke about sexual abuse. It's not just one-dimensional thing, you know, but I feel as if that our generation, like we don't, even last night on my radio show, we spoke about dating in Jamaica.
Oh, then I said nobody to bring it together.
Yeah, you understand? Like, we don't really have, like, nothing of this caliber.
You think it's because of our culture, though? Because even the dating thing, I don't think dating is something that is of Jamaican culture. Like, how often, you say, how many people have, based on what you did last night, how many people have really been on a date? I mean, when you're together with somebody, we're gonna go out, we're gonna eat a food, we're gonna go to a restaurant, but like dating together. And a lot of persons don't understand that dating is just getting to know people. Like me and I have to go on a date.
Fuck. That's why for 2 weeks straight, I made sure to have that topic on my
with Tanana
radio show with Tanana.
Look out for Tanana, she's coming on soon.
See? Yeah, big up my friend. So
boss.
That's just it. I just feel as if that we didn't have a voice. And you know, to some people, again, it might be careless, but every episode, like, there's so many people who reach out to me and I tell me, say, boy, you know, say this YZ, like, even the dating thing, like, wally per man, I say, no girl never bring them out on the date yet.
That's true.
You understand what I say? So that, it just kind of opened my eyes to say, yo, this was what was needed. You understand? Call me the man of the Raga Shanti, if you wish.
You kind of are.
I've been doing.
You're raw, but you're raw kind of makes sense. Raga Shanti was...
Because if I understand, you know, you have to be appealing and relatable to everybody.
Everybody.
Right? So it's not just people who are from the inner city listen to my show.
Everybody.
You have a whole wide range of spectrum. You understand? I remember say, boy, have him look at head for them body and him look at something. You understand? So boy can appeal to the masses.
As boy.
You understand? Because you know BwoyATingz.
BwoyATingz. There we go. Alright, I want you to touch a little on how you like got into the industry, because we know Kingston 5, when we did in high school, and alright, when we did a primary school,
no,
we did a basic school. We did a basic school. I think Kareem was probably like 30.
I'm 24, by the way, people. Don't make Shabba trick it out.
Alright, but how you got into the industry? Because I really feel like you've built yourself.
Yeah, I did. I was living abroad and I came back to Jamaica. And then,
BwoyATingz?
Yeah, man. So, you know, I was going to university in Florida, came back to Jamaica, and I was basically at a standstill. I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, it's a boy, parents kind of have a little thing and such. So, you know, say...
He says boy.
Yeah.
We don't count how much time he said boy in that episode here.
And people don't understand, like, this is how we really and truly speak, you know. But people don't get it, though. Like, when I came to Jamaica, though, I decided that I wanted to do something, you know, like outside of the norm. You know, you can just go to school, you can get a nice like, job, you can do the thing.
And just continue work and stay stagnant. Right. Probably move up in a job, but that's a year thing.
Right. So then, but I just decided one day to become a house I go out, and you know, boy, I always look good on them something like that.
BwoyATingz.
So I just start go parties often, and people just start wonder who I was, and the blogs them start post to be all about. And then I say, why don't I just capitalize on the attention that I'm currently getting and keep my first party, sip some of my dreams, and then the rest was history. That was it.
That's true. I know you have so many things under your belt. Mm-hmm. Tell me about the clothing story.
I actually started BwoyATingz clothing last year December, and I was just selling, you know, things were meeting the trendy, and you know, like I feel like say everybody can be fresh. Like you don't have to wear Givenchy and Dior like myself, you know. Yeah, and I can't answer the shoes, but yeah, you understand? But I just believe that you still can be trendy without, you know, labels. So I, you know, like me to sell some nice trendy looking things and shirts and stuff, and then Corona come
mash up
everything. I was going curse, but yeah, it's a whole different channel. Yes, it is. Corona come mash up everything, and then I you know, kind of just stop, and then BwoyATingz kick off again with the podcast and radio show, and we're gonna start the merch thing. So it's BwoyATingz merch, GirlATingz, and Girl About Both, and you understand those trips.
What's in the future for you? Welcome.
I don't like thinking about the future, to be honest with you, because
just
I feel
go
like
with the flow.
we sometimes will pressure ourselves if we don't meet our expectations
by a certain time.
Right.
Let's say, yo, I have failed, and then that smash up your meds completely.
But I do manifest things. The same like how I manifested the radio show. I believe that this can turn out into a TV show. You understand? Like something like where people like sit down and say, yo, like, you know, the radio show is a phenomenon, I know say it can depend on TV and the same vibe and the same thing. You understand? So that is where I think that the brand can go.
I honestly think you have pushed persons of my age group and probably yours obviously, to listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Like, me tell you, me can't tell last time I listen to the radio. Me, I'd be so honest. Like when Fire 105 did come in, I say, yeah, music. Then Fire start dropping some programs because I think they have 2 stations, Fire 105 something and X Talking something. And I say, yeah, this have a buzz. We're listening to this. But when you came and you start, when you put up a snap where you sign the paper, then I'm not start carrying it. I just know what going. And where I say radio, and then at first I kind of thought about the first episode that you did that. Me I say,
oh, this like a word.
This supposed to make sense. Like me, I can listen to this, and it's 3 hours of just unfiltered. When I say unfiltered, I mean of course you have respect for the radio, but unfiltered in the sense that young people are just being frank, or not kind of young people are just being frank. I mean I say, yo, this is something that we need on air, and then the time at night 8 to 11, you know, say, yeah man, you know the night, just on.
Yeah, man.
So I think
work, can vibe.
I think it has really pushed. I think you brought back the radio for us.
And that was the aim. That was the aim because when I know that when New Start said that they were interested, I know the last big thing other than Night and Fix was Raga Shanty. I can't tell anything right now on the radio other than maybe Miss Kitty that kind of is within
relates
or
to you.
Right. I don't really see anything of that. But that was my aim. I wanted to bring it back. Even if you just bring it back to listen to my show, but at least we can go back to the days where we're focused on just one thing for 3 hours. You understand?
And we are.
Sometimes when the show done, the people don't must say...
It done too, it done too quick. Because even when Tanana was there last week, and everybody said you have to bring her back because it's not done. And the energy between you guys, it was good. So it's like real, frank conversation that I think so want here. Relatable. And that's also what I'm trying to do with the show. Like based on the stuff that I've spoken about, like I try to touch on a bit of everything. Because of course more on the fun and the jokes and the laugh and everything, but I think there are also serious issues that we need to talk about, like you say, talk about sexual abuse and mental health and etc. So there are things that I really wanted to touch on, and I say, yo, this seems like the platform, because even when I was talking to Joel the other day, he was saying that all the persons have the platform and them not use it properly. And I think you have, as I say, you bring back radio for we completely. One time of the week, I listen to radio.
And that's perfectly fine. As long as I listen to one time, then I'm good. But what I think though is a lot of persons, them see what work for A and them
think it will work for them too. And them a BRF.
Yeah man, you have to, do whatever works for you. You know, so for me, as I said, these are topics that we maybe talk to my bridging them about. I sit down and I talk about even like abortions or, like even just mental health. And
a lot of people don't talk about that. We're having a discussion before you came about that.
That is the reason I wanted to have that. Thank you very much. And that was what the episode was about. So that's what the channel and everything else is about. I don't know say it's the radio, so you kind of have to be more censored. But, once you know how to speak and stuff like that, it comes
You'll know. Remember say Bwoy go University of Florida and come back and Bwoy have him head on him body. How many people listen weekly?
I don't want to give away that number, but I can tell you that.
No.
I can tell you it's a lot. It's a lot. Like the first week that New Start got their website, their official website, I was about 4 weeks in the show. The website crashed. So I had to postpone the show for the next day because there were too many persons on the server at a particular time.
Boy, I've said.
So it's a lot of people, man. Like the show trends number 1, number 2, number 3 every single week on Twitter. It's not just
because the 3 different hashtags.
Yeah, man. So the people that might trend every single thing. So every week, number 1, 2, 3 trending topic for hours at a time.
Another thing that I like about you is engagement on social media. If you tweet something and hashtag Kareem or you at him in night, he might respond. He probably respond tomorrow night. But you are gonna see in your mentions, liked, retweet, he might comment. Because at the end of the day, you do it for yourself, because these are things you like, but you're doing it for the people too, because as you said, you want people to listen or hear things that are relatable to them.
Facts.
So the engagement that you have with, I'm not take enough out here because busy schedule, but you're always on point with the response and the engagement, and I think we have to.
And that's very important to them, because more while entrepreneurs or creatives, you see them on social media and you can't really relate to them. You just see them come on and just tweet to look at something and then you see them cut. And if you even mention them and ask them something, you can't get a response. I mean, because them feel like so them bigger than responding.
It's like how I reached out to you and you say, yeah, I'm busy, but...
You understand? Like...
Me.
So that's just it. Because you have to understand, say, is the people that make you reach by there, and the people that are going to watch, the people that are going to listen.
Because if nobody watches, then you attack yourself.
You understand?
That's always stay in your room and write down your thoughts.
Fuck.
Alright, so you see, you don't like to talk about the future, but you say probably TV. Late night TV?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't help
it.
And this can't keep us Sunday, because Sunday I don't...
Yeah, Sunday is the only time when people themselves forgot work.
For me, but
you know how corporate people are and how the upper echelon Jamaican citizens are. You know, them kind of frown and them skin up them nose and them kind of look down.
I know for them dads and cousins I watch them.
Of course. So, you know, so them not really want to get the youth them and try. You understand? So, the TV thing maybe can work, but...
You'll probably have to be a little bit more censored.
Yeah.
And then you see, the thing is, a lot of times you get opportunities, but you aren't going to be yourself in them. So sometimes you have to pass upon them opportunity. Not saying this is for you, but for example, a lot of persons have come to me and say, yo, you should probably try this or do that. I say, yeah, I'm always open to ideas.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, as you said, we're doing it for people and we want our thing to grow and build. But I'm not going to change
who you are or what
who I am or what I'm doing, exactly what I'm doing for, I don't want to say for people, but if I'm producing something and I'm not true to myself in it, I'm not going to believe in it. If I believe in it, I'm not do it.
Facts. And I mean, that's the reason when I was signing the contract with Newstalk, I ensured to tell them that, remember, that is my show, so I have to get all creative control of it. When they can't tell me...
Your EP? Or P?
They can't tell me what we can talk about. Clearly, the radio comes with a lot of restrictions as it relates to wording and stuff like that. But as it relates to content and all of that and my guests
topics and who you bring,
only can't tell me nothing about that. I must have 100% control. And them agree to it, so it'll work.
Because right now, if you stop, come on Tuesday, I don't think nobody will watch. Them probably start one strike.
Medieval
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Without my show,
yeah, we're just
You know what I'm saying?
But as I say, it's something I always preach to people: do what you believe in.
Facts.
Always be open to ideas and criticism. Constructive criticism is good. So I'm not saying anybody say just wrong. You just say, alright, no, I'm not listening to that because I might think I'm gonna care. Or on the other hand, you say everything somebody say, every idea. You can't please everybody. That's the first thing. You have to know who your target market.
Facts.
You can't. Everybody not gonna ever be pleased with something you put out. Somebody not gonna like it. Somebody gonna like it. Somebody gonna say, maybe if I do that. At the end of the day, you have to internalize what the people are saying and say, does this really represent my brand? Or like this not make no sense, like stuff like that. So I just really believe that we have to be true to ourselves as creatives, and as you said, creative control is good.
Very
so
important.
As long when you're signing contracts and them thing, make sure you have control of what you're gonna say. Cause next thing them say, remember in the contract we did say you can't do that.
Yep.
Next thing everybody don't know what I'm behind the scenes. I say we carry my talk about Carter this one here and everybody so come over here for show crash. People stop what ban up that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But that's very important though, and I don't think that a lot of, if it's supposed to talk, creatives will need to know our worth, right? So a lot of times, them company are come to them because we want to expand, we believe that it's a great opportunity. Then, so we sell short. You understand? Enough company come to them and tell them, say, like I said, they want a little basket and you post from now till next month. They just a post and all I get is one basket. You understand? So sometimes when companies come to me, I tell them, say, I don't want it. You have to either pay me or this have to benefit me in some way, shape or form.
Some mutual benefits.
That's why I keep on to tell creatives. Ensure that your product is your product today. It's not the company's product. And your brand is very important. But them to get that. But to them one company.
And don't build your brand on somebody's product.
That doesn't make no sense. Because then when the product's gone,
or when they stop using
backing gone, then
what
do
are
you have
you?
left?
We don't know you.
Yeah, so that's very, 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 very important. You have to creative control and know your worth.
Question, tips to creatives building a brand.
Be your true self. That's number one. Negative comments are going to come. Don't pay that no mind. If you read every negative comment about yourself, you're going to be very demotivated. I read a whole heap of things about myself over the years.
Some things that even go so.
I can't tell you. Majority of the story, I see them right. I say, I'm very creative when I forget write children book. But yeah, so
element movie.
Trust me, man, like them creative bad. So don't read those comments, Zine. And believe in your brand.
Question: how do you turn negative comments positive? Like how do you?
You know,
say 1 and 2.
You know, say sometimes cool when the people them attack and them are right and them say a bag of things. this is going to gain traction on your page. Say just put out a product, put out something, you just start, advertise something, because at the end of the day, who will never know, are gonna come and say, oh, this. You understand what I'm saying? So enough time I see the walls and all sort of dares who and dare this and that post me, and the people them who maybe don't know me come now and
said
say,
the walls a while ago.
Man, the walls.
Take a while.
The walls.
It was slow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother no promotion. But yeah,
the walls.
Enough time like them come and them write so much things, and then when I realize, because I don't read, as I said, I don't read these things at all. But when I do, realize that this is happening, you just post a one video, you post something, because them have to go up on YouTube go watch it today.
I think Ayana said something like that. Miss Universe Jamaica. She was saying, because she's young, I think she's the youngest, probably one of the youngest to ever be Miss Universe Jamaica. And she was saying, like, when she just started out, people had told her say she walk like horse and all them things. Then she said she just used that for just post some video when she walk, and she did well. And because the thing is, for her, it was so hard to even enter the pageant, much less to go abroad and represent Jamaica. And I think a lot of times we were having a discussion before this as well about how we are not together as a country. So we rather say, yo, Miss Universe look good, Miss Jamaica, Miss USA look good, Miss Jamaica ready, instead of push Miss Jamaica for reach on Miss Universe Day.
And we kill our own self for them, and we literally we're the most negative people. I think Jamaicans are the most negative people because
they're a small country, full of bad minds,
and them try to
bring down everybody to them mess.
Bring down everybody because they want to build up them self-esteem. Because a majority of these people who you even see on social media done you is either from a fake page
or them not alive.
You have a bed. So how you ever done me, sir or miss?
They were done you put them carpet on the ground.
Like how you ever sit down and speak negatively of somebody who either A, you don't know, or you have to use a fake page to do so. That means you're really and truly, you have a low self-esteem, you understand? So for that, that's why don't make that get to you, because like you're not gonna go up on them page and see somebody where you know, or see somebody where I live better than you, I done you. You can't say so that youth, oops. Things are going theme.
So I'm probably come up to it.
Yeah,
I always
you're
some
never
people
going to see that.
them not a bed, or if them bed, them not the bedhead. Personally, I don't like bedheads, but just I say
some of them pre any at all. So negativity just don't really and truly move me like any at all. Because I know my friend them, I not call you and tell us I feel depressed today. I not call you and tell us I don't have an idea for my show and you have to help me, like.
I'm hungry, I want.
Yeah, I not call you and tell us I want a $200 for buy a party.
$220 for
well, see, I don't know how much party cost, see?
Alright, so again, final thoughts for people out there building their brands. Stay true to yourself. Don't sell yourself short.
Please don't.
And just live for you and not for others. You have anything else to say before we close off?
It's like I always tell them, it's like you have purpose, you understand me? And whatever it is that you're going through currently is not the end of the road. I have hit rock bottom 500 times and built myself back up to the top multiple times, and if I can do it, then you can do it. I remember say Tingz and all these things, you understand? From BwoyATingz, so you understand the stress.
And on Tuesdays?
Yeah man, Tuesdays 8 to 11 on New Start 93 FM.
And you normally post the link though?
Yeah man, so I normally post a link, or you can go on newstart93fm.net and you can listen live. There's a live stream. You can follow my socials. The links are going to be posted throughout the entire week, so you can find it. You can download the New Start app. There's a bug away you can find it. You understand?
Alright then, so I want to thank you
no problem.
for accepting the offer to be here. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell your friend, tell your auntie, your cousin, our best friend, and our best friend's sister, your pastor, because everybody are things.
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks again for coming, Kareem. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and have an excellent day.